Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. It's a Saturday night, normal time for my stream here, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I want to thank everybody for joining me here in the chat, putting the Bear Cave emote in the chat room. If you're a subscriber, if you're using your Twitch coin because you have Twitch Prime, if you're using, you're actually paying me money, why don't you throw a Bear Cave emote in there? Let me know you're here. As always, you don't have to subscribe, obviously. If you just want to give me a follow, if you just come here because you follow me on Twitter, give me a follow. Let me build those follower numbers. I would appreciate that very much. But if you also feel like subscribing, it's a great time to do it. We're getting towards the end of the year. Money's tight for folks. I understand that. We're on the road to 50. We keep dropping down a little bit here, as always happens around this time when people's Twitch coins expire for them and they have to manually redo it because the Twitch token for Twitch Prime that you get with Amazon Prime doesn't auto renew, so you got to do it yourself. But hello, Johnny Warps. Hello, Les Brook. Thanks for joining. Thank you all for coming out. So, what's the plan for today? Very simple. I'm going to pull this down a little bit here. We're going to finish this kit, this Millennium Falcon from The Force Awakens. We got bag 8 and bag 9 left. If it takes an hour, we're done. If it takes 2 hours, we'll go 2 hours. Saturday night stream, we'll go the distance we'll need. The thing I noticed from doing this kind of build is that I can go a little longer with Lego than I can with Gundam. The Gundam, it's all about snipping and clipping. It's the snipper clips. It's just after about an hour and a half, my hands just don't want to work the way I want them to. Whereas Lego's much simpler, much easier to fix mistakes. Because got the this little friend here will take care of business. So, that's the plan for tonight. We're gonna finish this Millennium Falcon that was given to me by an anonymous, a person on my Amazon wish list. I looked up the thing. I had the wrong name. Robert. Sorry, we're not with it's hosting. Thank you very much, Will. Robert Brandon got me the Solgaleo, which is a model kit for the Pokemon Solgaleo from Pokemon Sun Moon, Pokemon Sun specifically. So Solgaleo is one of the possibilities for the next kit I'll build. I have that, and I have a real grade kit. And one of those two I'm going to start building on Thursday. My $10 Patreon supporters will be able to pick which of those two I'll be building when they vote on Monday. Hey, Brianna, you're finally catching up this live. You ready to prime up the accessories for your MG High New version car? Those are a lot of acronyms. I know what you mean. Good luck to you. Godspeed. Send me photos. Twitter.com/BatBear. For anybody, if you're working on something tonight or you've been working on something during the week, you want to show me progress, I'll always retweet people that send me stuff of the things they're building. So let's get into it. Let me pop over here to OBS and go to the main feed. Great. This is working. Okay, good. So, as always, when I can, I knolled. Got a little sloppy, but you can see there's a lot more gray you can't see in this little space right over here. But I did knoll as much as I could, so that to make it a lot easier. Because you'll watch me knoll bag 5, but we'll get through it pretty quickly. It's gonna move pretty fast once we get going. 2 bags left. This build has been fantastic. It's the biggest kit I've done for Lego in 30 years, maybe since I was a young teen, less than a teen, obviously 30 years since I was a child. I don't think I've done a kit this big. 1,300 pieces. It's flown by, but plenty of episodes doing this. So I miss Gundams. I'm looking forward to doing it, especially since last Saturday I was in Philadelphia. I had to do the Mega Constructs. I got to do the Mega Constructs, which were nice, quick, little, easy, fun builds, but just didn't quite feel the same as doing this. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll do a shot of our main build here in a second. It's off to the side right now while I put this together. This will obviously be added on but it was easy enough to focus on doing this right over here. Yes, if you're working on anything, let me know. I mentioned it on Twitter. I'll say it here on the stream. So obviously, we're on the road to 50 subscribers. It's going to take a while. I don't think we're going to get there by the end of the year. I would love to. I just don't think it's reasonable to conclude that that'll happen. So December 23rd, I will do a live stream. I'm hoping that everything will go well because I will be at my parents' place in South Carolina. I'm hoping the stream goes well. No matter what, I am going to announce a winner of a raffle that will be all people drawn out of who are subscribers at the time on December 23rd. So you want to be a subscriber on December 23rd because you could win all 3 Mega Constructs Pokemon that I have built. So that's the middle evolutions of their starters. So you've got Ivysaur, Wartortle, and Charmeleon. So those 3 I'm going to package as one package as a thank you to my subscribers for continuing to support me. So that's on December 23rd. And of course, if we get to 50 before that, which, like I said, I don't think is going to happen, but could. If we get to 50 before that and I do another lottery drawing, it will be for the, what am I giving you away? Oh, if I do another one, it will be for the Master Gundam from G Gundam, which is a beautiful kit. I felt like just sending out the constructs one at a time, that wasn't going to be fun. It's more fun to send all 3 out at once. They're small, they're easy to ship, and as much as I love my international fans, thank you very much for your continued support. It would also be great if someone from the United States won, so I didn't have to ship out of country. But, like I said, whoever wins, I'll mail it out. Except for the one subscriber that was like, hey, I'm happy to subscribe. Don't send me things. Which I was like, okay, that sounds fine. I'm totally cool with that. So I'm doing some decal application here. This is pretty broad, pretty easy. I'm not stressed about it. And I also, as I said previously, don't care if I fuck this up. Let's see if I can take that one off because I kind of fucked that one up. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't really care. It looks fine. I'm happy with it. As you know, I don't paint or apply stickers on my Gundams because that would be just a lot, and it's a skill I don't really possess. So I've been happy to have a little bit of decal work here. I'm more than happy to do that on this stream. Thank you for joining me tonight here on a Saturday evening. I streamed yesterday because I was off for Thanksgiving. I took Thursday off, so I streamed Friday night. Small little crew. We already got more people than we had then, but I also completely understood that. It was a Friday evening, and some people had plans, and I get that. Okay, so we've got this piece here. Here's our... Look how big this is. This is stupid. It's stupid and silly how big this kit is. I announced also, I've said this on the stream, I'm not going to mail this out. I'm keeping it. This and the Death Scythe custom, I'm keeping for sentimental reasons for that. And this, one, sentimental reasons. This is an incredible kit that someone gave me. I'm so happy to have it. And 2, it's bigger than the box it came in. And I don't want to ship this out somewhere and have it fall apart. So I'm not going to ship this out. Okay, so this piece is going to go on this piece here, and I think it slides around, but I'm going to put it on there and we'll see. It's supposed to go like this, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll just try to put this on here. Like this. Yeah, okay, so that's snapped on. And then this will snap on here like that. I'm kind of grabbing the base here because I don't want anything to pop off while I try to pop this on, because it doesn't seem to want to go on quite how I would like it to. All right, let me try this again. No, I don't want to do that. Some of these are like just a little tricky, but for the most part, this kit has been really self-explanatory, really simple, and where I have messed up, it has been very easy to fix it. So I'm not worried about it. Okay, so that went on. This moves here like this. Moves somewhat. Doesn't move a lot, but it does move, which is cool. While I'm here, those of you that weren't here yesterday, didn't watch the stream on YouTube because I put the archive up on YouTube. We put some weapons on. So these two pieces aren't going to move. But tonight, we're going to put pieces on here all around that will open up so you can look inside. And then this opens up so you can get inside there as well. And there's like a trap door and a secret area and a whole lot of cool stuff on this kit. And then underneath, there are guns and our landing gear as well. This kit is fantastic, and I'm thrilled with it. All right, I'm going to put it aside again because we're going to get some more building in there. All right, we got a quiet chat. Let me know if there's anything that you build in. Let me know what's going on with you. As always, I love to hear from you. So let me know what's up. If you've got any questions for me, anything like that. Obviously, I got no problem talking. I'm pretty good at it. But we just had a stream yesterday, so nothing has changed in my life really since yesterday. So, yeah, I don't have like anything incredible to report. Nothing really has changed in my life. So if you got any questions, got any comments, and also you can just hang out. If you don't want to say anything in the chat, you're more than welcome to just chill out, relax, see what's up. All right, so we're putting light gray. Here's the thing, I gotta look. Okay, so this piece is dark gray. This piece is light gray. This is light gray. All right. It's easier to see sometimes on the actual kit itself what colors they want you to use than it is when you're looking on the paper. I have a ton of these. I'm going to use a lot of these in this build. I dropped one already, so I got to go get that later, but it'll be when I have to do the last one. And then, what are these pieces? All right, and we're going to build off of here. We're going to have some weapon stuff here. One black piece there, one of these gray, one of these dark grays. This is, pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple as always. Yes, Asmo, welcome to the conclusion. This has been a couple weeks. I've been meaning to go back into the archives and actually say what kits I'm working on in them instead of just the date. But I have not done that yet. That is another project for another day. But I will do that at some point because I think that's helpful for people to be able to follow along, and also helpful for me since I do put the 1 and 2, 3. I do put when the date is for each one on my YouTube. So it'd also be helpful for me to have that because it would be an easy way to keep track. So we'll put these on here. Got to put some decals on this. And then this piece. You see this piece right here? Back in the day, when I was a young child, these were weapons. These were lasers that I would put on any spaceship I built. It was one of my go-tos was putting this on because this would stand in for weapons because I had a bunch of pieces and I wanted to build ships and stuff. And so I would use those as end pieces, and they, to me, signified lasers. That was what those meant. All right, so I got to apply some stickers here, decals, whatever you want to call them. 8. So I got 6 of these, so I guess I'm going to be doing a few more. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So they did the decal as one piece, even though there is a hole cut out in it. But they did it as one piece. So I'm going to try to do all these right, but whatever. As always, I'll do my goddamn best with it. But I'm not too worried about if they look a little wrong. Also, this is the Millennium Falcon for The Force Awakens, so I am allowed to take some liberties because it was already an old ship, and now it's even older. So, things are a little off, and things are a little wrong. That was always the case with the Millennium Falcon, so I'm taking liberties. This is all just part of my Millennium Falcon, right? All right, so we'll put that on there, and then this is going to go on the back of our kit here. So let me pull this up. And this goes here, like that. And then so what it does is it goes down onto the Falcon like that, and then it will pop up when we need it to open to look at stuff. And we'll be going all around doing that, and then build off the front of the cockpit there. And then we'll put a dome over here as well. So we know what we're doing for the rest of this build. It's just about doing it. I'll show off the minifigs too before I null bag 9, the last bag. We'll just go through. So here we go. We're going to make 2 of these pieces here. So let me get my components, or I was about to say ingredients. That's not the right word. Components works better. I played more Fallout today. I did very little this afternoon. I went to the bank, and that was the extent of it. Yeah, I went to the bank, and then I went to the post office, and then I came home and played many hours of Fallout 4. I'm back in it. I'm really enjoying my particular playthrough this time. I'm focusing a lot on helping people. I'm not like mainlining. I'm like doing a lot of, all right, well, let's go over here and help out these settlements, and then let's build enough defenses and try to get people to come there, and then let's help defend the settlements. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Still don't like it as much as I like New Vegas, but you know, there's fun to be had with it. Yeah, like part of me feels like, well, what if I had played, a different build? There's, a different style. There, I could have gone, more of an asshole, but I don't know. I like being a goody-goody. My main companion in Fallout 4 right now is Piper, because I like her a lot. I like her story. I think her story is really fun. So she's my main. Nick Valentine and I are hanging out. I pull him in for some stuff where I don't want her to get hurt, and because he's a little more durable, being a synth. I said Sith. He's not a Sith. He's a synth. Having him be a synthetic humanoid means that he's a little more durable in some instances. Not all of them, but some. All right. So yeah, so I kind of like do that now and again when I'm killing some time. I'm enjoying it. It's not great, but it's a good game. There's too many super mutants. I said this yesterday. I will say there's probably just enough feral ghouls. There's probably too many non-feral ghouls just hanging out. But there's too many super mutants. I don't know what happened in Boston while they're all there. I finished the Cabot storyline. I decided to help inflict radiation on Lorenzo because as much as I don't think the Cabots are good people, because I don't think they're good people, I don't think that he should be walking. Their dad should just be walking around being a psychopath with telekinetic powers. Yeah, so I took down those raiders. It wasn't that hard. Those raiders are pretty spongy. Not spongy. The Berserk raiders are a little spongy, but my build for Fallout 4 is I just crouch and snipe and take care of business and take people out. I got a good gun for Piper. Piper's getting some good shots in, and it's a little tough because Jack, the character Jack, the Cabot, runs around and almost gets killed a lot in that. Yeah, there's just a lot. I'm sure there's a mod. Although the modding community was a little tame in this particular one. All right, so we made these, and now we're going to put them on our ship. I think the next batch of these I'm just going to make a bunch of them and then put them all together instead of doing this thing where I keep moving them on and off. I should mention, I'll plug it in a little bit, but if you're watching this later on YouTube, I've got I've got an Amazon wish list, and on top of that list is a bigger table. I would love to have more workspace. Like this one in particular has been tough. Uh, like I've got my phone like on this little table, and I'm using a little table, and I keep having to move things around. So it would help a lot with the Gundams as well, with the Gunpla building, if I had like a bigger workspace that was a folding table that I could store when I'm not streaming. I mean, that's like, that's why it's on Amazon as a wish list, along with some computer parts and, building things. If you ever want to buy something on my Amazon wish list, more than welcome to. I'll put the link up later here in chat, but it is also in my listed. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It was also like, yeah, just a thing that is out there. If people want to support, I'll put that in here in chat in a little bit. Okay, so we put those two on. Puddlesworth put a link to, because Asmo said that odds there's a mod where Nick is a Sith, and then Puddlesworth put a link to a Nexus mod that is Jedi and Sith Force powers in the game. That's pretty fun. I got entirely sidetracked from the questing in Fallout 4. Just spent all my time building stuff. Yeah, Johnny Worms. They went all in on that, and especially their DLC. I know a lot of people were bummed that the DLC wasn't as good as 3 or New Vegas. I haven't played all the DLC stuff, but I do know that it wasn't as beloved as a lot of other Fallout DLC. And even like Nuka World, you kind of want to get the most out of Nuka World, which is an awesome idea for a DLC experience. You kind of have to be a bad character. You got to be a bad guy to really get the most out of that DLC. Because at a certain point, you're like, I don't want to be in charge of raiders. I just have to kill all these raiders. Like, there's no reason to like be the boss of a bunch of raiders if you're doing a nice character. So. But most of it is just like, here's some exploration. Here's a bunch of new places to go build stuff in. We know you like doing that, right? We banked on the idea that you like doing that. Oh God, please say you like doing that. All right, so we're building 4 of these right now, which is good. We'll get all our pieces together, then we'll start building 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of these. Pretty straightforward. 2 more of these. All right, great. So yeah, yeah. I mean, part of the reason Johnny Warps at New Vegas is so beloved is because it's it's kind of what Obsidian does very well. Obsidian is very good at, if given enough time, putting together really interesting worlds. It's a reason why I think it's my favorite Fallout, is because I just think that like it does something that the other Fallouts don't really do, and it really builds that world, and it's a good balance of like the quirky, weird bullshit along with like cool characters and good storytelling. But that was never going to be that. Bethesda was never going to make Fallout 4 what everyone wanted it to be, or most people, or me, I guess. I'll be specific. They were never going to make exactly what I wanted them to make. So you got to take what you can get. And I do enjoy 4. It's, there are parts that are a lot harder and a lot more difficult. I also kind of liked that. So I guess spoilers. There is a way in Fallout 4 to have the Railroad and the Minutemen and the Brotherhood of Steel all kind of get along. I really like that you could do that once they patched the bug that prevented it. I really like you could do that in Fallout 4, that you could like have that chapter of the Brotherhood hang out with the NCR, because you could like fix some of the problems in the NCR, and which I still think was better than the Free Republic. And then you could like make sure that the followers, I forget the name of the followers characters, but the followers that were like the healer people, you could make sure they were well taken care of, because those people were cool. And even like getting the what do you call it, The people that just like wanted to be, that just loved weapons, you got them on board and they were cool, and you could like bring most of the factions together. And I really liked that there was a way to do that, because that to me was awesome. All right, so let's see here. Okay, we got more building than just building that, so let's do that, and then we'll build the other side. All right, so we got 4 of these, and we're going to put them on our kit, and then add a couple more pieces to it. So we'll bring our kit back up. Here it is. Oh, I love you, Millennium Falcon. You're so cool looking. You're a great kit, and I love building you. Let's talk to my kit as I'm building it. All right, so this one goes here. Just kind of placing them where they want me to, because they know what's up. This goes that one in the middle. This one is this one. And that one kind of didn't want to go in, but we got it. That's just because it's an odd shape over here. So, oh, the thing fell off, so I'm going to fix that right now. And there we go. Got that back on. Johnny, what you got here? Favorite detail of Fallout 4 is probably that they made power armor to basically tank mode instead of just being heavier clothes. Yes, I do enjoy what they did with. I am a fan of the choices they made when it comes to power armor and in the whole like workshop building thing. I think that's fun and cool. So yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let's do a test run here real quick before we move on. So the idea is we're going to build the other 4 of these that we need. 3, 4, 5 of these we need. And then you pop them open. And then you can look inside. And inside is the play area. This, of course, doesn't work 100%. Of course, because of course it doesn't. But yeah, you can just pop all these open and see what's inside. And then you can like move your minifigs around and all that. And it's very cool. So that's what we're working towards right now by doing this. And also, like, I'd have to take all these off if I was going to mail it out. But like, let's be real. Not only would it be a pain in the ass to mail, it also would mean that I would have to mail this out, and I don't want to. So we won't. All right. I guess that's enough Fallout talk, because I know some people like do not give a shit about Fallout 4, which I understand. It's an old game. There's no real reason. It's last year's game. Even though there was DLC into this year, I totally understand why you'd be like, why are we talking about this? But that's the game I'm playing because I finished. I'm not done with all the games of the year. Like, I'll say this. Money is money right now and not great. So I haven't bought Battle Chef Brigade yet. I will buy it. I hope I don't buy it on sale. I hope I do buy it full price because I want to support unique, interesting, cool games like that. But right now, I cannot afford to just go out and purchase it. So I haven't yet. But I will in the near future. So that's maybe one of the last games, like, because I'm not going to buy Assassin's Creed because I just like, they're just not my jam. If you like them, go ahead. This sounds like you're getting a great one this year. So I'm very happy for you. But Assassin's Creed just has never been a thing that I've been into. I played the second game and really liked it. I played the third in the second series, part 2, and enjoyed it, but not diminishing returns. And then I haven't played one since. So I've only played 2 Assassin's Creed games, but I just bounce off of them. They're not really my jam. And so like I'm glad that there's a good one for people, but because they've been waiting for a good one for quite some time, but like there's no rush for me to get that. Wolfenstein was awesome. I really liked Wolfenstein. Night of the Woods was certainly great. Enjoyed playing that. Like I've had good gaming experiences this year. PUBG, of course, got that. That love PUBG, of course. That's probably my game of the year. Neo, I have not played. I have not played that game. Yeah, I mean, like I know I've got a few friends that really liked it. That might be a game I play in 2018. It might be one of those. And I like Nier a lot, but Johnny Warps, you watched the first. So I'll read this here for chat. Uh, so yesterday I asked my girlfriend, "Hey, want to give this anime of cooking food a try?" And we watched the first episode of Food Wars. I was not prepared for how horny that show is. So I know that the creator of that show did like ecchi, dirty stuff, comics in the past. So that show is very horny. The second season is less horny, and as the show goes on, it is less horny. Often the most horny parts are when Soma is fighting someone. Not Soma. Yeah, is fighting someone, and they eventually taste his ingredients. There's a lot of like, we cut to a weird story thing of them imagining uh, being real turned on, which is like, come on, one, come on, and then two, it is interesting that a guy who like doesn't understand that there are like at least two characters really infatuated with him. Um, because throughout the course of the show, there's like the friend girl that's really into him, and then the like rival turned friend who's also clearly really into him, and then also there's the hometown girl that like is clearly into him, and so he has like no attempts to like do anything or be like sexually available for any of them or like relationship wise. That's not his thing at all. So it's very interesting to balance that out with the fact that his food makes certain people feel super horny and real into it. Um, so like there's something interesting about that, but also, hey, why is this show so horny? What's up? Um, so it said it wanted 4 of these, and I'm counting only 2 of them. So now I'm trying to figure out where the other 2 of these are supposed to go. So give me a second as I find that. But yeah, Food Wars gets less horny as it goes, is what I should say. Um, but it's still a very, very horny program. Um, so what else are these supposed to be? I don't know yet. I'm going to look ahead here. No. I've got these 2. They said I need 4 of these. 4 of these tiny things. All right, 4 of these, and I don't know where they go. Yeah, I think Johnny, I think it's a really funny show, and it's a show. It's one of those like food shows that makes you hungry, and I'm all about that. I found where these go. They go here. I found them. But yeah, Johnny Warps. It's a little uncomfortable and a little weird. There's some incredible like we just all ate food like judges feeling incredible and awesome. There's some really cool weird minor characters. There's the woman who just wants people to eat disgusting food, disgusting smelling food. She's like a real like goth weirdo. I love her. There's like a bunch of really cool minor characters. I mean, the Meat Maiden is incredible. She's one of those like Japanese caricatures of what an American is. Like she just wears a bikini all the time, like, and is obsessed with meat. And so it's very much like a okay, fuck you, but also she's like a very fun character, and I like her a lot. All right, so we need 4. We're making more of our panels here, so let's get these together. I need 4 of these. I need 4 of these. Okay, 4 and 4. I need 4 of these. 4 of these. And 4 of these. Building basically the same thing I've already built, only alternating colors. Yeah, so basically, Food Wars are great. I've said I don't really like the 3rd season. We're on the 3rd season now. I'm behind. Yesterday I watched. I caught up on Love Is Like a Cocktail. So that was fun. That was interesting. I like that show, but as I said, that show is 3 minutes long, and 30 seconds of that show is the outro song. So it's not really doing it for me. But I'm really behind on Dragon Ball again. I'm probably gonna binge watch that around the Christmas break. I'll catch up on where I'm at with Dragon Ball, but I'm very behind on that. I'm looking forward to Food Wars being over, and then I'll just watch that and whatever. Um, Overlord's coming out. The thing I think I'm gonna do is I've got some time coming up. I think that I'm gonna go back and watch the rewatch New Game and the New Game two exclamation points the second season, which was in the last arc of television shows. So I'm probably gonna go back and watch New Game because I really like that show, and I want to watch it again. And the second season, like now that I know that I don't hate the two new characters they introduced, who I don't love, but I don't hate them as much as I thought I was going to. So since I know I don't hate them, I can go and give that show a rewatch. Okay, so basically we're filling in here. We're leaving this blank. All right, so we did this one. We'll leave this one blank with this one. We got one more. I did drop a piece that is part of the next set, so sooner or later I'm going to have to get up and go get that piece because it is not. I don't think I can get it with my foot. I might give it a block. Slowbird, you're completely right. New Game Plus is real good. New Game 2 exclamation points is what it's actually called. The second season New Game I think is good. They bring in some characters that I really like. There's some interactions that I really like. There's some character development with some characters. The term lovebirds is thrown out. And I think that show is so gay and so great at being so gay that you're just like, it's just assumed that characters are in love. It's just like, oh yeah, those characters are in love. These are gay characters in this show about all women who just work together. Because even like characters I didn't really like in the first season, I like more in the second season. What I actually should do is for a New Game is watch the OVA again because I really liked the OVA. It's like a middle episode of it, and I really liked that. So they go on a ski trip. And it's like a very cute episode. It's not on Crunchyroll. I had to get a torrent of it because it was like a DVD bonus. I got the piece that I dropped, so I don't have to get that. Yeah, Last Brook. You're right, Slowbird. I think the second game does a better job of putting the video game elements, not just the development, but like putting like them like designing what the game would look like and then playing with that. I think they do a very cool job of that. All right, so I'm adding some pieces here now to our builds. I'm going to get the things I need and then place them where they're supposed to go so that I don't forget where they go. And we need these three. I need one of these. I need... but yeah, I think New Game is really cool. It's probably my favorite anime of the year, the second season. In the first season, like obviously I watched previously, but it's just a great show. I highly recommend New Game and its sequel. Because it's just like a really cute show about developing a video game and a bunch of like artists and designers and very nice friends being nice friends and game designers together. I don't know. It's just like cute and good. And there's like drama, but not a lot of drama, but just enough drama. All right, so I take one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these all go together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it goes here. That goes like this. Then, drop the piece. That goes like that. That goes like that. And of course, I said Overlord is coming out next year. The second season of Overlord. I'm excited about that because I think that's a cool take on the wake up in an MMO style of thing, because as opposed to everyone here knows this is a video game, or some of us know this is a video game, no one else believes it's a video game but him, because he's just woken up in a weird world that's like a video game and is very confused by that. And I think that's kind of a cool take on the story. Even though he is like the main character is also like incredibly overpowered and like doesn't give a shit ever, like, which I'm a little over as far as anime go. That being said, I am still looking for a subtitled version of a regular Magic School movie, which is all about the main character just being like completely nonsense overpowered. Like, that dude is basically a god. And then, like, in the last like 2 episodes, you find out he's even more powerful than that you thought he was. He has like an incredible ability that they had teased earlier, and you're like, wait, what just happened? And it's like, okay, too much, y'all. Yes, dot hack and sign. So yeah, like there's like Log Horizon is one of those. Obviously, what's it called? Something online, whatever. Like, there's a few of those. Someone in the chat will know what I'm thinking of when I say online. There are games that are doing that. There are anime that are playing that with like, we woke up inside a video game. Oh God, what do we do? And like, I'm not against those shows. I just like am a little over it. So this goes this. Sword Art Online. Thank you, Johnny Warp. Sword Art Online is what I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm kind of over that style of game, or of anime about games. I think like I'm much more interested in Danmaki. How to pick up? Is it right to pick up girls in a dungeon? That's a RPG style anime, but it's not. No one's like self-aware that they're in an anime. It's just playing with RPG tropes in a way that I think is like very cool. And oh, I did this wrong. This goes like this. I gotta put this where it belongs here. This goes like this. This goes like this here. Yeah, I'm much more interested in that, which is like it takes the dungeoning elements of an RPG and makes an anime around it, but none of the characters think they're in a video game. They're just in a fantasy world, and I think I'm much more interested in that than I am in some of the other style of games. So it goes there. Got this piece. Where's this go? Goes there, there, there. Oh, that's just an extra. Might just be an extra. 1, 2. This one. Over here. Over here. Okay. And there. And there. And there. Okay, great. These might just be extras, which obviously you get a lot of in these kind of things. Yeah, so like, is it right to pick up girls in a dungeon? Is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon? I forget the whole thing. Like, okay. And there's a second season, not a second season of it, a side season of it that is on Anime Strike. That's also good, but just different. That I enjoyed. It's kind of like a side story to the main one, but gives a lot more, some pretty cool details to it. All right, so we're doing this. This is going to be the end of bag 1. We're almost done here, and then bag 9 is just like Nolan and put it where we need it. So the thing is, Lesbrook, like, sometimes you watch one episode of something, and you're like, that was fine. And you're like, do I really want to like watch a bunch more of this and find out it's not as good. Like, I understand, like, our time is valuable. So if there's a show that you like, that you like, just fucking watch that show. Like, I understand. It's cool to try new stuff, especially, like, well, the thing I've been saying is, well, I fucking have a Crunchyroll subscription, so it would be kind of good if I watched things that I'm paying for. That would be good since I'm paying for a subscription. And I've been looking at old stuff. I've just been watching things I like again. Like I said, I'm gonna do that new game rewatch. And okay, so that goes there. All right. So before I put this piece on, I'm gonna build the last part of this, which is the satellite dish here. I'm just gonna put that together real quick because it should be pretty easy. Ooh, I believe I have dropped a piece, which I need. So that is bad. Yes. This piece here, there's a ball socket piece that goes on this that I don't seem to have right now. So it is the very last piece of this section. So we will put it on, and then I will find the missing piece that I am missing. And hopefully I will find that very soon. I can put the very last decal. We know we're getting towards the end of a build. We're on our last decal. Yeah, Lastbrook, the hack was not good. Stand by them. I like what Crunchyroll's doing. I try to support that company because they're the big dogs and they get most of the things I want. Okay, so I'm missing a piece here that would snap into this to make it a satellite dish. We're going to put the piece on, even though we don't have the dish piece. And then hopefully I will find the dish piece that I need very soon. So this is done. We got all our decals done. Sorry, pardon me. Burped. Put that aside. This is an extra piece. Goes in the extra piece bag. We've got bag 9 here that I'm going to start knowing in a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my headphones on. And I'm going to get up and look around for this piece that I dropped. I found it. Hooray. Already. While I'm here, I'm going to grab a sip of water. So hold on for one moment. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yes, it is a lot easier to watch things we've seen a billion times than work with something new. Okay, so we're going to put on, let me go and make sure that my angles are all good here. All right, so this is the last piece of bag 8. It's our satellite dish. Put that right on there. I'm going to lift it up before I do it because I think this will be easier to hold. Great. And that moves around there. And so, obviously, we're going to finish. We got to build out here. We got to build here. That's bag 9. Let's fucking, obviously there's a little bit more, but let's look at this cool shit. So yeah, if you want to get inside, you just pop all these open and you can look inside. You can place the minifigs where you want. And then this thing turns a little bit so that you can get by if you want to do that. That goes there. Oh, so cool. All right, so let's close these up. We're going to put this aside. We're going to bust out bag 9. I'll show all the minifigs at the end. I don't think there's any minifigs in bag 9, but we'll put this aside for just a moment while we build, while we knoll. We're going to knoll and get into step. Yeah, this is bag 9. Okay, so before we get into that, obviously, we got some knolling to do. I'll be able to talk a little more anime while we do that. It's time for links. It's time for me to tweet out some links here in the chat. That obviously, if you're watching later on YouTube, these will all be in the show description. That's my Patreon. Here is my Amazon wish list. And of course, if any of these are messed up, let me know. That's my Amazon wish list. Should redirect to that. Let me just double check that it does that. Yes, it does. You can see tables, some computer parts. I got some computer parts there because I would love to stream off of, and I would love to do that off my home PC instead of my laptop, and do some video game stuff with you. I'd love to do some Hearthstone stuff. I'd love to maybe build some stuff in Fallout 4. That would be fun. And just kind of mix things up now and again as bonus streams. Can't really do that on my laptop right now. And the one time I tried to do Hearthstone on here, it didn't come out great. It was fun, but it just wasn't great. And then my Ko-fi, anything you send there will directly benefit the stream and me building stuff. If you're not following me here on Twitch, now's a great time to do it. If you're not subscribing, that'd be great. If you got your Twitch coin, you could do that. If you don't have a Twitch coin and you just want to use your actual money, that would be awesome. If you've backed me in the past, thank you so much. Patreon, if you're $5 plus, you get a couple hours after the stream, you get an archive of the stream just for you, and then everyone else gets the next day. And then if $1, if we hit $100 a month, right now we're at 75. If we hit $100 a month, $1 plus, everyone who gives at all will have a Q&A just for you, where I'll take your questions and give you my answers. And it'll be a video that'll be on Patreon just for backers. And then $10, you get the benefits of the $5, plus you also get to decide like what I'm building on Thursday. I've got 2 kits with me right now. 2 kits, because one, I was supposed to have one, but it is lost in the mail, so that's not coming for quite some time, it looks like. So I've got 2 kits right now on deck, and I'm going to I'm going to build one of those kits, and the $10 get to decide which one I build first. I mean, I'm going to build both of them, but they get to decide the order. So those are the links there. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. That kind of stuff is that's the end of all of that. So thank you for bearing with it. I know that I am a broken record when it comes to promoting myself in that regard. But particularly this month, I am a little behind on a few things, and can't really put any money into kits. I'd like to have more of a backlog, especially when I go to South Carolina in December. I'm now like trying to figure out when I'm going to get those kits that I need to get. So any support, be it a one-time Ko-fi payment, be it a continued support here on Twitch or continued support on Patreon. Like, I'll say this. So the awesome thing about Patreon right now is that I am the people I support on Patreon are basically getting paid through the people who support me, plus a little bit more. So that's awesome. And it just means that like other creators I can back other creators because I'm being supported by y'all, and it rules. So if you consider backing even $1, like $1 is huge on Patreon. But I know that I'm a broken record when it comes to that stuff. So I do apologize to those that are already, just even a follow is great here on Twitch, on this thing Twitch. Give me a follow so that I know, so you know when I'm streaming. I put my stream up. So on twitter.com/PatBaer, I have the schedule on my pinned tweet. So next week I will be doing 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, Thursday and Saturday. Thursday I usually stream at 8 p.m., but I'm not doing that. I'm going to stream at 9 p.m. because I don't have the usual show that I produce isn't happening. So I'm going to do a later stream because y'all seem to like that. Traditionally anyway. On Thursdays, I seem to get more followers right at the end of my stream for the last half hour. So I'm going to start later to accommodate. And then it'll be like that for the following week, Thursday night back to the normal time. That's Saturday. I'm going to do an afternoon stream on the 8th or 9th. I forget the date. It's Saturday, the 8th or 9th. I think it's the 8th. I'm going to be doing an afternoon stream because I have a Christmas party that night. The only Christmas party I'm planning on going to this year, but I can't miss it. It's my friend Brett and Sebastian's. It is my favorite holiday event of the year. I went to their place for Thanksgiving, and I'll go back for Christmas party. But I'm not missing that, so I can stream. But I wanted to do a stream for you, so I'm going to do an afternoon stream. I believe that's going to be 3 p.m. that day, 3 to 4, or 3 to 4:30, depending. But I am going to do an afternoon stream that Saturday. And I need to get, like I said, with this kit, we're going to finish this kit tonight, right? If it takes 35 minutes, great. If it takes more than that, okay. We're finishing this kit. We've got one bag left. I'm knolling it right now. We're going to finish this kit up. And, yeah, I got to get some kits in the backlog. So, ready for you. I got two. One, I don't know how long it'll take. It is the Solgaleo, which is a Pokemon, but it's a Pokemon model kit, not a Snap Mega Constructs. So I have no idea. It might just take a whole episode. It might take two. I don't know. And then I've got a real grade, which should take like 3 streams to do. So I'm right now I'm just knolling by color. As always, I'll tilt this down so you can see. I'm just knolling by color, separating them, and then I will knoll by shape very briefly. Just kind of doing whatever, just putting the colors where they need to go, and then I will kind of organize it a little better so it'll be easier to find. Oh, that's cool. This is a piece that's awesome. That's a cool piece. I'm going to put that in between the two because it's both colors. It's both grays. That's weird. Gray, dark gray. I'm saying gray for both, but one's light and one is dark. Gray, gray. And there's a little black and a little red and a little brown and one piece of white. Easy enough to separate. I'll put that there, that there. So yeah, like again, I said, sorry about doing the whole spiel. You know, I'm not a YouTuber, so I'm not asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, although I do obviously put videos on YouTube. I'm not streaming on YouTube, so I am asking for follows every time, which I guess is my equivalent of like, comment, and subscribe. But I'm not needing that. You know, chat if you want to chat. If you want to chat here in the chat room, you're more than welcome to. That's what the chat is for. I like looking at the chat and seeing what you're up to. If you just want to watch, you know, that's also totally cool. You can just hang out and watch and then, you know, not leave any comments and not chat at all. I'm totally okay with that too. All right, so I'm going to quickly knoll this a little bit. It's just the one bag left, so it'll move pretty fast. But I'm just kind of making my life a little easier here because just having piles doesn't really help me at all. It's a lot easier to have it somewhat organized because then you don't have to dig through piles. Like I'm like trying to find that one piece that I know is here. I'm like, oh, here it is. It's right here. I found it. You know, that kind of thing. A lot easier if I have knolled it. Also, knolling is a fun word. I've been saying it a lot these past couple weeks as we've been doing our builds. They are fun to say. All right. So we'll put that there. There. So yeah, if you're doing any building, as always, let me know. If you're doing model kit painting, if you're watching any anime, playing any video games, let me know in chat. Give me a little bit to chat for this last half hour or so. Please tell me what's up, because I am a little bit of running out of topics to talk about because I just streamed yesterday, and I'm always a little bereft for chat. Also, as I said, I think I said this earlier, if you weren't here yesterday, the Friday stream, the chat was quiet. And by quiet, I mean dead as shit. I think at the end, someone came in and I had a little bit of conversation. It's fine. Like I said, I am okay with that. I understand that some people don't want to talk. They just want to chill and listen to me talk as I build. And that's awesome. I think that's really cool. But today, I don't have really any topics left to talk about. We talked about Fallout again, and I kind of didn't want to. I was telling myself, don't talk about Fallout. Talk a lot about Fallout. Talk about new video games. But I haven't been playing anything new. Look, Waffles, hello. You went to your local Barnes & Noble, so they had a whole setup for Gundam and Star Wars models. Wow. So, on the one hand, that sounds like model kit stuff is on the rise because Barnes & Noble is recognizing it. And two, it sounds like Barnes & Noble's is just fucking trying whatever they can right? Like the cynical part of Pat Baer is just like Barnes and Nobles. What about model kits and Star Wars? We'll do what we can. Asmo, I hope you finish Night at the Woods. I really like that game. It's not for everybody, but I really enjoyed it. And it's not for everybody as a cop out. Uh, but yeah, I really like that game. So I'm glad you're playing it. Last Brook, they apparently had some huge sales on X-Wood minis. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I like, I'm joking partially when I like say how scared they are, but I do think that like, hey, all right, we're getting to the build part now. I do think it's kind of cool that they're trying stuff, trying to like be relevant and hey, if it gets you in the door, okay, so this piece was in the unnumbered piece. There was a bag with that was not numbered, and I used it a lot in the very beginning, and I have not used this since bag 2. This has been sitting waiting for me to pull out since bag 2. That's nonsense. Yeah, there's a lot of game stuff at Barnes & Noble, and I haven't been to a Barnes & Noble in a while. The last one I went to did not have Funko Pops, and that's where I can't be as positive. I understand that they're inexpensive, and I understand that people will like them. And so if you're a Funko Pop person, I just don't like them. I will say, the All Might Funko Pop looks pretty cool. I saw that, some photos of that at Anime NYC. So the All Might Funko Pop looks pretty okay. There's probably a few other ones that I just don't know that are out there that I would like, that I just don't know that I would like. But in general, I'm not a fan of Funko Pops. Just not. I think they'll look scary and weird, and then they're all over the place in New York Comic Con, and they're everywhere, and it's just a lot. But if you're into them, you're into them. Asmo, you're saying that you grew up in the Rust Belt, hit hard by manufacturing industry's hardships, so Night in the Woods resonates. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that being a game that you could relate to. Yeah, I think I related pretty hard as a guy that like did a year of college and kind of like I didn't finish college. I did some college, then I went home for a year, saved up some money, worked for my dad, then moved to New York because I got accepted at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and did that for a year. Found improv while I was there. Fell in love with improv, fell in love with the UCB, ended up studying improv comedy and started to work at UCB, and that's been my life. So I totally relate to like my year at home was like one of the most depressing periods of my life because I had like one friend who had stayed in town who lived at home, and most of my other friends were like still at college, and he worked at the skating rink that was like down the road from his place. So I would work all day for my dad painting houses, which I did not enjoy. I did not enjoy being a house painter. I am mostly gotten over my fear of heights, but was at the time very afraid of heights. Yeah, just didn't enjoy my job. And then several times a week, I would go to the ice skating rink and play Crazy Taxi and a couple other games and wait for my friend James to finish his shift at the concession stand. I would often buy a pretzel that had like a cheese-infused pretzel and eat that, and then go to his place and hang out and pretty much feel sorry for myself. That was a kind of a dark period in my life, my year at home. It got better once I got accepted to the American Academy and knew that I was going to leave Connecticut and I was going to go do that. So that felt good. But, okay, yeah. But, so that felt good when I knew that I was getting out. But, yeah, that period was rough. First time I saw the Walter White Funko Pop for real, though, it was supposed to be tested with. Johnny Warps, you thought that the Walter White was supposed to be Will Smith, test as Will Smith? That's very funny. Ashens did an episode on his partner channel about identifying pop figures. It was pretty good. Huh. Yeah, I just don't really dig Funko Pops. Like I said, I think the All Might. I looked at a couple photos of the All Might, and that looked pretty cool. But that is the only one that has struck my fancy at all. I guess if there was a property I really loved that, like, the only way to have an action figure of them was a Funko Pop, maybe I'd be down for that. But as of right now, it is not my jam. All right, so then we're going to take these pieces here and put them like this and like this and like this. All right, so we did that. That's fun. And all right. Looks like there's going to be some interesting assembly coming up with this coming up soon. So stay tuned for some odd assembly. Great. Goes there. And then I need 4 of these. One, the only white piece we have in there. And then some connectors. So let's see here. We put this, yeah. Yeah, I just like, not super into the old Funko Pop. Like I said, I don't have a problem if they're your jam, but they're just, I don't know. The Baby Groot one isn't bad, I guess. I don't know, I'm not super into them. All right, so we put this on here, put this on there, and then these go on this, and then this white piece goes one over, and then this goes like this. All right, and then, okay. All right, so this is like, I'm not struggling to pick this up, but it's a little heavy. So Asmo, I pre-ordered the new expansion for Hearthstone. I've enjoyed this one pretty much, but I like weapons. I like that every class is getting a legendary weapon. I think that's pretty cool. I like single player content. I like that this one has the single player. It seems cool. I've watched, obviously at BlizzCon, people played around with that, and I thought it looked cool. All right, so this goes like this, and then it pulls down so that you can go inside and see what's up. That's pretty cool. So that went like that. That's pretty neat. That was step 100. All right, so now we're going to put this aside. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, a pretty cool way to open that up like that. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, we did the gun on the bottom of our kit here, our build, I should say, fell off, so we'll put that back on. And then we'll slowly set that back down on the table that I have over here. All right, so now we're going to build up some more parts of our ship here. This piece, one of these, like that, cool. Yeah, in general, I am interested in the Hearthstone expansion. I think there's like, I really love Hearthstone and I like playing it, and I think the meta right now is pretty good. Obviously, there's a couple decks that are crazy, but like I'm happy with Priest being like a fucking killer deck with like the Death Knight being so OP. It's so weird that Quest Mage came back. I think that's very weird. I love that Evolve Shaman is like a big deal. I'm hoping that in this new expansion, that Paladin takes over a little bit for a little while, because I love Paladins. Paladin class was my World of Warcraft class of choice. I really enjoyed the Paladin, and I like it in Hearthstone, and it's a very bad class right now. Um, Quest Warrior, I had a lot of fun with. It was never the best, but I had a great Quest Warrior deck. I'm looking forward to Druid being less important. I think obviously, as the expansions go on, some of the ways to get to Big Druid will die. Eventually, when Big Druid and Jade Druid is it's going to be a ways, but at some point Jade Druid will be dead, and Big Druid will be harder to get because uh, some of the nerfs and then also just some of the class cards will go away. And so when that happens, it should be pretty interesting. The only way I ever win with Priest is suddenly super buffing a minion. Oh yeah, I mean Johnny Warps, if you can super buff that minion, you got it. But if you've got Big Priest, if you're working with the cards that you only have a certain amount of uh, minions, and you're working with big minions, and then you're just like playing a 5/5 of that minion and knowing it's going to die, but knowing that you're going to resurrect that 5/5 as a full 4/8 lifesteal that kills a minion on the other side. Like, fuck, that's so hard to just keep playing around, because then you're the class that has the silences. It's like Big Priests can be tough, and then also you've got Raza, because you're playing a deck with no duplicates, and then you play your Death Knight, and suddenly you have a 0 cost due to damage. Every time you play a card, you can play your hero power again, and you're just wrecking motherfuckers for free. It's Big Priest, when you get the cards you need, when your card draw's hitting right and you survive the couple rounds that you need to survive, Big Priest is no fucking joke. And I do really like that, because I don't know, I like that Priest is kind of like tough right now. I think that's cool. We had this in our last build. One of these pieces, kind of cool and weird. Quest Rogue, they can make a comeback in the expansion. Love Quest Warrior too. I mean, they had to nerf Quest Rogue. They had to nerf it. They just had to. It was overpowered. It was too much. I'm glad they did. I think with the right taunts, Quest Warrior is always a threat. I think if they get a few like lifesteal taunts, maybe it could be a real threat again. Or Death Rattle, like if there are some neutral taunts that have Death Rattle effects, then N'Zoth Warrior is going to be a thing. N'Zoth Quest Warrior is already a thing, but it could be even more of a thing, because you need. But yeah, if you can bring back your, obviously the best part of about having a N'Zoth is bringing back a bunch of taunts. Oh God, that or a bunch of charges. Either one. Either way. But yeah, I'm excited for the new expansion. I think it'll be good. We'll see. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be terrible, and the single player will be fun but kind of useless. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out together. All right, so this goes on like this. This goes here. This goes like this. Just building up our cockpit. I believe this is part of the cockpit. So this is a normal part of the show where I would be thinking about winding down. But as I said, if this is a 2-hour show, this is a 2-hour stream. We're going to finish this because I think like it would be weird on Thursday to like, one, I don't want to wait till fucking Thursday to finish this. And two, I think it would be weird to like do like a half an hour of this and then start another build, because this build is so cool that I'm dedicated to finishing this up. But it's going to get a lot faster once I start. Once I finish this one, doing the reverse side will be really fast. So one dark gray, one light gray 3, one 2B guy, and one of these weird ones. Cool. So this one goes like this. This goes like this, which is weird. This goes like this and like that. It's weird, yeah. It's a weird color. Just like a weird like half and a half piece. It's just an odd thing. I don't know. Yeah. But overall, excited for more Hearthstone. I'm always excited. I'm excited for people being excited about Hearthstone. I should say that. Because I've been playing it. I continue to play it. But if we can build up the player base again, get some new blood in there, that's always a positive. That's got one of these to go back in here. And one of these. So it goes like that. This goes like that. Okay. Leaves a hole in there. That's weird. Whatever. I'm sure they know what they're doing. It looks weird, but like I said, it probably makes sense to someone. And then one of these. Nope, this one here. Getting a little tired, but like I said, I'm gonna barrel through here. So, and then 1 3-prong. Great. Yeah. Right now, I'm just finishing this up, and like I said, I'm a little bereft for conversation. I apologize for not being as witty as I have been in the past, but did a lot of streaming this week for me. When I want to do 3 streams a week when I hit $150 on my Patreon, which is a ways away, certainly, possible, doable, but not necessarily in the near future. But when that happens, I'm gonna have to start living life in between because I'm gonna want to have topics to discuss. Right now, don't have those. All right, so let's see. So we got that. And we've got 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these. Oops. Oh no. Knock this off. Put it back on. Let's see. Is there anything else about the new Hearthstone expansion that I'm into? Oh, if you play Hearthstone, you don't have all the cards, and you're wondering, hey, what should I like? Is there anything I should craft right now before the expansion comes out? I would say you should craft a oozes. Any ooze you don't have. Your regular oozes, your ooze that gives you armor for the amount of durability you've taken off. If you don't have all the ooze cards, get those, because with every class having weapons in the very beginning, at least, everyone's going to be playing those weapons when they get them. You won't know what legendaries are good for a while. It'll be a little bit. So I would always say don't spend your money on legendaries right away until you find out which are good and which are bad. But it's a pretty safe bet that you will need oozes will be a thing that you need. All right, so I know there's a question in the chat that I'm going to answer in just a moment. I just want to figure out where these pieces live here. I'll say that's like that. It goes like that. Yep. Okay, so that goes there. That goes on front. This goes here. That goes there. This goes like this. All right. David, you ask, how is New York City like during the holiday season? The TV show is based in New York. So it's very festive. I mean, Times Square, like obviously it's a tourist destination. There's that and Herald Square. Any big shopping areas are going to have lots of lights and it's a really cool festive time. When it snows in New York, there's lots of it's really pretty around Christmas when it snows. Um, it's a very festive time. I really enjoy New York. I mean, it's hard to get around because people won't like stop being in your fucking way. But that's because I'm not walking around looking for stuff. I'm trying to get where I need to go. Okay, so this is going to snap on here. We got these, like, you can see these prongs here. I've got them on the other side. So I'm going to snap this on like that. And then, let's see, do I put it like that? Yeah, okay. So that just slid right on and snapped right on here. And then we'll do the other side right now. And that's fucking rule. And then we'll put our dome on. And we're almost done. And god damn it, this looks so good. I'm going to tweet real quick. So if you send me a tweet of stuff you've worked on, I'm going to retweet you after the stream's over. Because Stabworth, you sent me some stuff, and I'm going to retweet that real soon. And I appreciate that. But I'm just going to reply or retweet my original tweet. Stream in until we finish this build. So yeah, so we're going to go over our time. We're almost at the hour and a half mark. But I want people to come in and see. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for hanging out here in the chat. I really appreciate it. Very good amount of views here, consistent views, which is very nice, and I really appreciate it. So now we're basically doing almost identically what we just did there, only on the other side. So this should go a lot faster because I've already done it. He says, hopeful that that is true. I mean, there'll be a few things that'll be slightly different. But for the most part, this is going to be basically identical. So that goes there. And then if I do the right piece, which I'm doing right now. Yep, I had the wrong one. So that goes like this. Already almost messed up, but I caught myself very quickly, which is great. 2 dark grays, short gray, and one of these goes on there. All right. Yeah, so New York is really fun during the holiday season, the December holidays. It's very decorated. Obviously, it's a lot of, Christian and non-Christian, but still like not, non-religious, quote unquote, holiday stuff. It leans more to Christmas than other holidays. There is obviously representation of those other holidays depending on where you go. But it's there we go. Used only the third time or fourth time I had to do that, so that's pretty good. Speeding through, getting a little sloppy. Don't want to be sloppy when I'm doing this. And then I need a 3-prong that goes underneath. Great. Almost missed that. But yeah, I highly recommend it if you're near the New York area. Obviously, it's an expensive city to travel to, but the tree looks cool. The tree looks cool. There's, like, it's lame to think that, but it's cool. And then in the one of my favorite dumb things about New York is sometime this month, I don't know exactly when, I haven't looked it up, on the ice at Rockefeller, right underneath the tree, right near the tree, there will be a tuba concert. The National Tuba Society comes and does a tuba concert. They tell all their members ahead of time what the songs they're going to play. And they're obviously holiday Christmas songs and non-denominational holiday songs. And it's all tubas. And I accidentally stumbled upon it one year, and it is the best dumb shit you can imagine, because it's just like people that play tuba in college and in high school, and people who are professional tuba players, and it's a lot of them, and it's really stupid and great, and like the tuba concert. Ugh. I've missed the past couple of years because I've had work I'm going to try to catch it this year. I have to look online to find out when it is, so that I don't miss it, because it's stupid in a way that I'm really into. It's good dumb is what I like to say, and I'm a big fan of good dumb. And like, it's like fun holiday music, and then but just played by a bunch of people playing the tuba. It's just fun and silly in a way that I really appreciate. And then this goes on here, a dark gray. Great. Oops, that fell off. That goes on here. Great. So yeah, so we're just building this up. We're gonna finish this other part of our kit here. Just get the pieces that we need in order to do that. We need one of these weird shapes here. Holiday tuba concerts are awesome. Really, Esmo? That's awesome. I mean, I assumed they didn't just happen in New York, but I had never heard of them before I moved here from Connecticut. They did not exist in Connecticut, as far as I know. They could have, and I just never found one. But yeah, it's a good stupid time. A holiday tuba concert. Pat Baer recommends holiday tuba concert. So this goes here. Pardon me. The heat just kicked on, which is fine in my apartment, but it's right kind of near one of my legs in my bedroom. So one of my legs is warmer than the other, and that is an odd feeling to have now and again. All right, we're just going through the motions. We did this already. We're just doing it again. We know what we need to do, and so we're just doing it, and it's not a big deal, and we're getting it done. And thanks for joining me tonight on this build. I do appreciate it. At the end, I'll put some links back in and then mention them as well. And I understand that I am a broken record when it comes to that stuff, but I just want people to know all of the ways that I am looking that they can support me if they'd like to, and they don't have to. Okay, so that's the end of that, and then let's find the pieces that we need. These go up front. Yeah, we're just finishing off this kit here. Looking forward to being done with this. Really enjoyed doing this. This is the biggest Lego set I've done since I was a child. By far, this is the biggest kit I've done since I was a kid. I certainly did more when I was younger, but it has been a long time since I did something like this. So it's been really fun to do. I'm very happy for the anonymous person that made this happen. Thank you out there, wherever you are, for letting me do this cool kit. Put it on my Amazon wish list and didn't necessarily expect someone to purchase it, but very glad they did. All right. So now we're just filling in the blanks here and there. It goes like that. This goes like that. Yeah, we're just filling in the pieces as they need to be placed. And this was one of the annoying spots was figuring out where these go. So we'll do that. It's actually a little easier on this side than it was on the other side, figuring out where these spots need to be. That goes like that. And then this goes like that. Okay. And then this goes over this hole. I told myself I was going to do the research and learn all the different component parts and names of all the different places on the Millennium Falcon. I didn't do that. I don't that information would have just left my brain anyway. I wouldn't have kept it. So I didn't learn all of that stuff, and instead just had fun building it. It was a really fun build. We're almost done. I have so few pieces left. I scroll and let you see it, but I'm not ready to. All right. So now we're going to put this on like this. Oh, Death Star. No, hello, Tanya. Um, so this is our Millennium Falcon from The Force Awakens. Holy shit, when we put these on, like it always was looking like the Millennium Falcon, but once these two pieces came on, it fucking was just like, we're not done. We got a few more things, but this just fucking, I got loud. I got very loud there, and I apologize for getting very loud on the stream. But when I slipped these in, it just fucking felt right. Like like I said, we got a little ways. It felt like the Millennium Falcon when this was coming together. But when these slid on, god damn if this didn't feel like the real deal. Um, oh man. All right, so we've got a little bit more to build. We're gonna build our cockpit. This thing has some heft, one-handed. Man. All right, we've just got some detailing left. We got to build our cockpit for our guns. So we've got very few pieces left. Very easy to find the pieces we need because we have very few of them left in this build. So we got clear plastic. That goes like there. Yeah, this Millennium Falcon has been a long time coming here on the stream. We've been working really hard on it. And it's been a very satisfying build. It's been pretty straightforward. It's just, 1,300 pieces, Tanya, and it's this booklet. We're on step 103, and when we're done, when we're done, we'll be on page 159. This is a book, and it's a good following. It's a good follow through. It's easy to follow along with this, but god damn if this wasn't a journey. But I loved it. I loved starting at the bottom and building up. It's been lots and lots of streams to do this, but it's been very fun to be building with all of y'all. It's very easy. Now it wants me to put a minifig here before I put the cockpit in, so I'm going to do that. I've got lots of minifigs. I got Chewbacca. There's Chewbacca. I've got BB-8. I could put BB-8 there. That would be silly and stupid. I got Rey. Rey's here. But I'm gonna do I got a bunch of other ones in here too. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Old Man Han Solo is going to sit here in his cockpit before I put this on him. So I'm going to sit him down in the cockpit there, give him his controller, and then I'm going to put this right over, and then it will clip on where I need it to clip on. And then you can see Han Solo in there. Old Man Han Solo is in there. And then the very last thing we do. So this isn't going to show up on the stream because it's Twitch. It's not Twitch related. But I'm going to shout out to Ian Urbina, who just pledged $10 on Patreon, getting me closer to my $100 Patreon goal of doing a Q&A. He's in the $10 club, which means that on Monday he's going to be able to vote for which of the current kits I'm going to build next of the two that I have waiting on deck. That's rad. And then, really? So I got these. What we got here? Shigenery just subscribed. Thank you for your 3 months in a row. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support, Shigenery. You rule. School. Okay, so theoretically, this is a late. I can push these and yes, okay. So I got one side to work. So I guess you can see there's I can press it down in this, and then a laser shoots out, but I don't want to lose it. I got 4 of them. But yeah, I can put these in here, and then by touching them, they will pop out and shoot out towards the camera. But I'm not gonna lose those. So holy shit, that's it. I got a couple extra pieces. I've got some bonus pieces I'm gonna put. I do want to point out 2 things before we go through here. This is an incredible build, so thank you so much for supporting me. I'm going to put all the extra pieces in my extra pieces bag, which also has my minifigs, so that I can get access to them. It lets me keep all my lasers places I need to keep them, and all my extra bonus pieces I'm going to put in there. It's amazing. Yes, thank you, Matt Mitchell. This is an amazing kit. As I said, someone on my Amazon wish list bought this for me. This was the second most expensive thing on there. The most expensive being a Zeta Gundam perfect grade. I don't think I'll ever do a perfect grade, but I put one on the wish list because, you got to dream big. I got computer parts on there. I got the table that I would love, the new folding table. So I'm going to point out real quick the instruction that gives you the phantom hand to point to shoot your laser. Really weirded me out when I looked at that because I did not see that coming. That's a weird hand. So that's really weird. Chicanery, you came in and subbed just as I was like insanely happy. So I apologize for not giving you the proper amount of respect for resubbing. I thank you so much for that. I love that. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, like I'm gonna put Ray in here. I got Ray's around. So yeah, so let's look at this thing because we went over, but we're gonna stay over. So we've got our cockpit, we got our Han Solo in there. How this opens up so you can see everything that does. This pops down, which then makes it look really great with the Millennium Falcon. Several of these pop open. Not all of them. The middle ones don't. Our back does. So that lets you look around. This pivots and turns so you can kind of see in there. There's lots of stuff going on in there. Lots of different seats. I'm going to put someone there. I think I'm going to take her weapon off. And I'm going to put Rey sitting down here. I don't know. Like, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I don't know where it's so big. Like, I don't know where it's going to display. Like, I have a shelf that in my living room that it's going to sit on for a little while now. But I don't know. I don't have people over. But, all right. Well, she doesn't want to sit down right now. There he is. So I'm going to put Rey there. I got to find a spot for Chewbacca. I'm not going to play too much with this. Slow bird. That's a hand of George Lucas being way too involved in the process. That's great. Love that a lot. All right, so Chewie's got to go somewhere. I got to put Chewie someplace. I don't know where. Might just have Chewie standing up in here, hanging out. Chewie shoots discs out of his crossbow, which is cool. There's the gun on the top and the bottom. I'm going to show you the gun on the bottom a little bit. So I'm just going to put Chewbacca there just for now. He's just hanging out. And close the lid. This play area here. Close all this. Pop this back up. Down. Then we'll turn it over. And on the bottom here, we got our gun. Just knocked the gun off the top of that, so I have to put that back on. We've got our entrance for when you come in there. There's an escape thing here that pops off. If these pop off, this whole section pops out. If I move these, then this will come out, and it's got, you can like escape out of that. Got the gun on the bottom, our landing gear. This is how you enter the Millennium Falcon. Oh man, yeah, and the gun fell off when I flipped it over, so I have to find that at my feet. Put that back on here. This is incredible. This is an incredible build. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm just going to put BB-8 up top. BB-8 is going to be up here. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be fun to have BB-8 just hanging out. Thank you for joining me on this awesome build. Thank you for supporting me here, both on just from hanging out in the chat. If you're not following me here on Twitch, give me a follow. If you'd like to subscribe, you got your Twitch coin from Twitch Prime. Do that. I'm gonna throw stuff in the throw some links here. I've got my Ko-Fi. I'll be back next Thursday at 9 p.m. a special 9 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. And we're gonna start. My Patreon will decide which of the two. That's my Amazon wish list. This was bought off my Amazon wish list. Some crazy person did that. Crazy is a bad term. I apologize for that. Some very nice, wonderful person for no good reason bought this for me and is still anonymous. So if you buy something off my Amazon wish list, please tell me who you are. Either leave a note in the delivery, because I don't get information about who sent it. It just gets mailed by Amazon. Or tell me on Twitter, send me a message. Lubria or Urbina. Sorry, I'm bad at that. No problem. I'm happy to stream while you work on stuff. It's fun for me. If somebody sent me some links of things they're working on Twitter, I'm going to retweet those in just a moment. That's my Patreon. I got a Patreon backer during this stream, which is great. I'm now at I'm very close to my goal. I'm going to double check what my goal is on Patreon. I'm going to go right there right now while we're doing this. I'm going to go look at that and see where we're at. Got a notification of this new person pledging. So right now, I am at, let's see, I'm at $84 per month. Once I get to 100, I'm going to do a Q&A with all the people. So even if you want to give $1 over there, you're more than welcome to do that. $5 plus gets this stream. They'll get the stream in like an hour and a half, because this is longer than my normal stream. So it's going to take a little while to upload it to YouTube, and then everyone else will get it later. That's how that works. I try to look out for my Patreon backers first. Thank you so much for joining me. I said that a bunch. Let's see. Oh, hey, Waffles, you threw in the Bear Cave emote. Could have thrown there. If you're a $5 person there, I'll say this. We lost one of our $10 a month subscribers, which is okay. It's okay. But there's only one right now, and that person in January, Iron Souls, I know who you are. You're going to get yourself a moat just for you and for me. So yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go back to this because I can do this now. Oh, BB-8 came in. Oh, man. Oh, check that out. Oh, it just looks cool. I'm tired and I'm acting very childish, but I'm also incredibly pleased with this. So thank you for your support. That's going to end our stream for the day. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to do this real quick because I want you to get the sense of how this feels like the Millennium Falcon. Like, honestly, like when these coming off, like really changes it, right? Like you get what this is, but it could be any kind of disc, right? I'm going to change the angle a little bit. This could be anything. Like it's any kind of spacecraft. But once these pieces go on, it really does 100% become the Millennium Falcon. I think that's really interesting. And that's like not a thing I was expecting with this kit, was to be able to snap two pieces on and really change the shape of it. But those two pieces, now it's the fucking Millennium Falcon. I don't know. It might just be me. I might just be seeing things, but it really does feel like that when those come on, it really changes what's going on with this kit. But that's it. I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to upload some photos to my Twitter, twitter.com/PatBear. Thank you all so much for joining me on this extra long stream, because we were going to fucking finish this, and we did. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/PatBaer if you want to see the archive of the build process of this or the last few weeks. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye.